in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's George. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, it's George. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Be a long day for you. Hey, watch that, watch that.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Watch the whip. Under 10, under 10, 10, 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 yards on the run. They'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watson off play action. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Returnable here from the 38. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all three incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. And Oliver. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Check, check. Lucky.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He wants it all for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
On first down, George fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have, as they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And it's now the Bears leading by a couple of touchdowns in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Reception.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point down the middle, and we are tied at 7.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Being chased out left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. As we go.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
Gain of 27 on the play. First down, Houston.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Telvin Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Let's get off the football. Let's get off the field. Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he won't get back to the line of scrimmage this time either as they stop him behind the line once more. To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's got Smith here. 23 yards on the play.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Now Jackson on first down. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And an alley to run. The 40, 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Houston. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's George, and he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Watch right, watch right, watch right. Bring it.
Jackson on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's George, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
31's the mic. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Going deep for Walker. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
I can't believe they even let you play. Switch.
Throwing again is Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Motion. Reset.
Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Check 50. Mike, check. 59.
Watson now, throwing on 3rd and long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And oh, at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose, and the Texans scoop it. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought it may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them, and it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating, Definitely plenty of relief, though.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Now it's Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
On second and goal, Jackson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Ready? 52's the mic. No, that's it. No, check that. What?
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Alert flare, flare.
Tighten up.
66, run it, half. Ready?
Third and goal, Jackson. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First down.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Mike the 59. You don't know no better.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm coming after you. Mike, check. 59. I'm coming.
And 54. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
It's a pass.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, what's the ball?
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Hey, 59. Mike, check.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete. The tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Kill. Hey, 59. Kill. Turn up. Check 37. Hey, 24.
On first down, Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Check 99. Check 99. Alert. 59 mark. Check 59.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Here we go, let's bring it. Hey, 59. Let's bring it. Check. He's coming. We got double up. Let's go. Right. And 55.
And to give this time to the tailback. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Check 13.
Off play action. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Ximines with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
58's the money. 58's the money. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 58.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Watch the pass.
Now a give right side. George, he's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Well, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Man, I got you. My game. I got it. Mike, let's go.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Here's Watson throwing again. He's going to air one out. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. To throw is Watson on 3rd down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Here's Jackson to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Jackson from the shotgun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Jackson will throw again. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Motion, motion, motion.
Now they try the right side here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Mike 31. Mike 59. I got him.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Watch the run. They're running it.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Mike's 54. Yes, 54. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. This is away, and it's a high kick, hit pretty well. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Texans will take over at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 2nd down and 4, Watson.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down.